Okay, so here is the new bracket. I made this yesterday. Again, I was making it to look just like this bracket. This is the one from SeaDoo. Again, this is the one that is corroded. The hole right here and right here, the two holes there are supposed to be threaded. The threads are completely shot. Again, couldn't find it. Couldn't find anybody that could get that piece for me. Does not have a part number. It's fiberglassed into the hull from SeaDoo, and nobody even knew what piece I was referring to when I asked for it on the forums. So the solution was initially to try the helicoils, and thought that was a great suggestion. I bought them, and when I went to put the tap into the hole, it just didn't seem to have as much bite as I wanted it to because the holes are so corroded. So my concern was, I put the helicoils in, they seem fine now, I tighten it down, but then over time it may just not hold as much as I want it to because the holes are already so corroded. So, with all the work I'm doing with the glassing and everything, it's something I don't want to come back to. So that's why I decided to go the route of just getting this aluminum bar stock, drilling my own holes, tapping it. Here's what I have left from the bar stock. All in all, I think that was a good route to go. It was only $9 for 2 feet of it. Even if I could have found this, or somebody was able to sell this part to me after taking it out of the hull, it definitely would have cost more than $9. And that doesn't even include shipping. So this is the end result right here. I'm not very experienced at working with metal. As you can see, my holes are not perfectly straight. This was all done with a hand drill. Would have been much easier with a drill press. I probably would have got better results with the drill press, but ultimately I was able to accomplish what I set out to do. These 3 holes right here are just going to be used to hold the bracket down to the wood block that's already fiberglassed into the hull from SeaDoo. Now, on this SeaDoo mount or plate, this is the only hole they had put in. So this would get screwed down in, and then these 2 holes were the bolt holes that the bolts for the motor mount went down into. I decided to put 3 holes in because my concern with just having 1 hole in the center was, even with tightening it down, there's a possibility that it could pivot on that 1 hole. And the last thing I want is for this to somehow get moved or bumped when I'm, laying the fiberglass and basically knocking it out of alignment. The other concern I had was that this mount is this bracket's gonna go in exactly the same location as the old one. So if I was to put the hole in the same location, that hole just not gonna get as much grip from the screw because that hole has already been used. There's already a hole there. Whereas with these 3 holes, it's going to be screwing into, good fresh wood. So it should hold just like I need it to. But all in all, everything went pretty well. Again, working with metal, it's definitely something I don't have experience in doing. And that's why this was actually my second attempt. The first one right here looks good, but the holes were off by just maybe 2 millimeters. And when I went to put the mount on, I'll show you right here. The holes were just off ever so slightly, and the concern was that you didn't have full range of motion as far as moving this mount or twisting it, which could definitely cause some problems when I'm trying to align the engine later. So decided to basically just scrap this piece, make a new one, and this one turned out pretty well. It fits perfectly with the motor mount, so that should be good. My holes still aren't perfectly straight, but again, not having a drill press and doing it with a hand drill made it just a little bit more difficult. But I did consider going out and buying a drill press just for this project, but trying to do this project on a budget, so I'll wait till I need a drill press again and then I'll go buy it. But anyway, let me show you what the threads look like. Okay, if I get the camera to zoom in here, I apologize. There you go. So those are the new clean threads. They look awesome, and the bolts fit in there perfectly. Definitely am going to get the hold that I need from this. So very, very happy with that. Just to recap here, let me show you what the old threads look like. Yeah, so you could see the problem right there. And again, as corroded as that is, let me show you the bottom too. The whole bottom of the plate is corroded, and that's why I was concerned about using the helicoils. So I think this was the right route to go. It fits perfectly in the hull just like it should. So I'm going to go screw this down and then start fiberglassing, and I will come back with an update today once I have my first layer of fiberglass in. Thanks.